back to a new video. In today's video, I am reviewing some Saviland Polygel. No, Acrygel. I always want to call it Polygel, but it's actually Acrygel. Polygel is a brand of Acrygel. So this is the Saviland Acrygel. So I haven't used Acrygel for over a year. It's been a long time, and they asked me if I wanted to pick something, and I don't know why I chose Polygel. I just did. This is the kit I think I've got. They also had it was between that one and a glow in the dark one. I think that's the glow in the dark one. I thought the glow in the dark one would be really good for like Halloween, but I thought like we're a little bit, are we maybe just a little bit too early for Halloween, even though yesterday I'd done a spider web now, I don't know. But anyway, right, look, this is their social media information. So there we go. Right, my little kit, you get some dual forms. Now you don't get masses, but these are reusable, so you obviously don't need masses. You get some normal forms, which is good because I actually don't like dual forms. I hate dual forms, just saying. It's got a little cover over the top so everything doesn't fall out, which is quite good. So I'll just take that off, and then inside you literally get everything you need to do a set of nails. So you get your 100-180 grit file. Remember to file the edges before you use it on a client because it will cut their skin. You get 7 tubes of 15ml Acrygel. Oh, I needed to burp them. I'm drinking Pepsi Max. Oh, I shouldn't be doing it. You get your base in your top coat. You get a little brush on one end with a spatula on the other. What is it with these, right? Look, the end is already, I don't, not just this one, but I found in the past, the lids just literally fall off after like you've taken it off. I don't know what it is. It's really weird. Anyway, that aside, you also get, if I can get it out, I got a little bit confused because this said a professional acrylic system, and I was like, oh, have they sent me monomer? So I took it out the packet and I wanted to smell it because I thought they'd sent me monomer. I got really confused, but I took the top, I popped the top off. It was actually quite hard to get off and I splashed some. I had a bit of a spillage, but it does actually say on the back acrylic gel. Hang on, I can't remember. I'll show you in a minute. It did say slip solution on the back anyway, so there it is. Look. Oh yeah, acrylic gel slip solution. So it's not acrylic. It's a hybrid. It's an acrylic gel, like a paste, I suppose. That's what Acrygel is. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to quickly, well, I say quickly, it's probably going to go on a bit. I'm going to swatch them all the colours so you can see what the colours are. And then I'm just going to do like 3 different nails with the Acrygel. This first one, the white, was actually the nicest consistency to use, the nicest one of all of them. It didn't need, like, I moistened my brush, but it wasn't like, it was kind of, it wasn't hard, but it wasn't too soft. It was a nice consistency. And then I moved on to the clear, which was 07. This was a lot, it comes out almost like toothpaste. It was a lot, it was more sticky and not as, it wasn't solid. What's the opposite of solid? Wet. No, not wet. Yeah, I can't think. Yeah, it was sticky. I had to make sure I kept moistening my brush, but a little bit too often for my liking. So yeah, so that was the clear. There's also a bubble in it. That was my fault. And then we have got DP07. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. They might be gone one day. They seem to have been here for like ever. So this one actually was quite nice to work with as well. This is, again, it's like, well, oddly enough, I thought this one was going to be really runny because the clear was really like runny. It wasn't really runny. It was runny. It was just not like I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, this one wasn't like, this one was more like the white one. It was a bit more easy to work with. And obviously it's got hollow glitter in it, which makes it nice because we like hollow glitter. So yeah. And then we have got DP09. Also, it said on the instructions to cure, it had 30 to 60 seconds in a LED lamp, and I think it was 2 minutes for UV. And it did say also in the instructions, when you actually got it on your nail, to cure the nail both sides. So like put your hand in one way and then turn it up and cure it the other way. I suppose it's just so that it cures underneath as well. It's just saying. Okay, so this is the again, look, it's like hollow glitter in a sheer pink Acrygel, this one. And then I've got 08, which is again another sheer pink. I can't actually remember what the rest of these were like. There was like the white one, which was the nicest to work with, and then there was the clear, which was the least nice to work with, and then all the others were kind of in between. Some of them were kind of more like the white, some of them were a little bit more like the clear. Actually, none of them were as bad as the clear. But yeah, there was one or two that were quite sticky to work with, so I just had to make sure that I kept my brush moist. I know there's going to be people out there that just hate that word. And then we've got 13. I like this one because it's pink. Ugh, and there was, yeah, I hate it when that happens. Don't you find that although there's like 15 mils in, you have to like, when you push the tube, it feels like there's almost nothing in there. Even though there is. But this is a nice sort of Barbie pink, I'd say. This one, from what I remember, wasn't actually that bad to work with either. This was quite a nice one. I like the colour as well. And then the last one was 11. This one was a little bit on the runnier side, like the sort of stickier side. I don't know what it was, but I just kept my hands were getting so sticky. I don't know what I was doing, but oh God, I just don't think polygel is the system for me. Oh, I don't know what I was up to, honestly. So this one is more of a dark, like cover sort of colour. I got a bubble in the bottom. So there we go. Right, so these are all the colours you get with this particular kit. I will put a link to it in the description box below. It was from Amazon, I think. So there we go. Those are all the colours. So I'm just going to play around with it. We'll see what we can do with it. I always find I kind of do the same kind of things. I'm sure I've used polygel in the past, but I can't remember what I've done with it. Anyway, I'm using that darker colour to make a smile line. And I didn't use nearly enough. Normally, when I use polygel, I always get way too much. And on this occasion, I didn't get enough. So, oh my goodness, I'm so gassy. This is what happens when you drink Cherry Pepsi Max before you do a voiceover. Yeah, so normally I don't pick up enough. I pick up too much, and in this case I did not. So I'm gonna, once I've kind of got it where I want it, shape wise, I will pop it in the lamp, and then I'm going to add another bead on the top, which you will see in a second. I do quite like that colour though. It's quite a nice sort of autumn, I don't know, autumn tone? I don't know, I'm rubbish at stuff like that. So I'm going to cure that I actually cured all of mine for 60 seconds, by the way. So I've just used the spatula to get some of the Acrygel out the tube, and then I'm just going to work this over the top of my first bead. So I needed there to be enough product on there so that I could get a nice sort of edge to be able to file it, because I wanted to make sure that smile line was nice and, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. But anyway, yeah, I needed another bead to just heighten it a little bit. And then once I finish with that, that will go in the lamp again for a 60-second cure. Okay, see, now I'm just using that file in the kit to just file around the smile line. This is just going to make sure that it's all nice and crispy. Right, so I'm gonna go back to that other nail, but I decided, because I didn't really know what I was going to do on it. So this, I wanted to try an ombre. I love an ombre, and do you know what? No word of a lie, this nail is probably the best ombre I've ever done in my life with any system ever. Acrygel. This is probably the best that you'll see. So I've put white at the bottom, and I'm just sort of feathering it up. I'm making sure there was a hair. Oh my god, yeah, and the amount of hairs that I was getting stuck in this stuff. Like, where do they all come from? Do they like come out? They're like, oh, she's using Acrygel, let's go and jump in the Acrygel. Do you know, you're like, what? It's crazy. So I've put the white on, and I'm feathering it out or thinning it out the further up the nail I go. I don't want there to be a ledge. I want it to be nice and flush to the nail. So just thin it out as thin as you can get it. And then I'm going to pop that into the lamp for a full cure. And then in the top part, I'm going to use this nice bright pink. And I'm going to place that on. I didn't get enough for this one. It's so weird. Like, what's happened to me? I do add a little bit more in a minute, which you will see. I'm so sorry. I'm almost out of shot. There we go. There we go. She's back. So I'm just making sure my cuticle area is nice and neat. And then I'm just working the Acrygel down the nail. And then as we get to the white, I will just start to sort of thin it out like I did with the white. But obviously we're going in the opposite direction. So it does start to get a little bit, it was a little bit patchy in areas, and I was like, oh, I could do with just a little bit more Acrygel there. So I don't know, I mean, I'm not qualified in Acrygel. I don't know whether normally they would cure it and then add more, or if they add more as they go. I don't know, like before they cure it. I suppose it depends what they're kind of doing. But I just felt like, it just looked a little bit like that. It looked a little bit patchy in one particular area. It's sort of there. So I thought, right, I'll put a little bit more pink on before I cure it. And actually that did help a lot. So there we go. So once I am happy, that's going to go in the lamp again. Okay, so for the smile line nail, I thought I'd try and do a marble. I think the trouble is, though, with the colours I use, they're all kind of very similar. There's not really, like I used a bit of clear. No, that was the sheer pink, that one. White. And a bit of the pink. I think a bit of the pink. If I could get it out. Didn't want to come out. And I think, like, I kind of mixed them. I didn't over mix them, or at least I thought I didn't over mix them. I kind of just like squidged them together a little bit, and then I picked some up and I placed it on the nail. But I just think the colours are all a little bit too similar, and you couldn't really see. I mean, you can kind of see it's a marble, but it's not amazing, put it that way. So I'm just working this around the smile line, and I just wanted to make sure. So it's, look, it was all just getting, it was like working with like, not literally, but it was kind of like working with icing. It was all sticky. I was like, oh my God, you're making such a hash of this, Nats. But look, you can kind of see the marble in the colours. But the trouble is they're just too sort of samey. I just want to get that excess bit off. Right, I'm going to pop that into the lamp now. In a minute, after I've finished faffing. Oh dear. Okay, and then because I had like a lump of this marbled Acrygel left, I just thought I'd just do something really weird with it. I don't even know what this nail is. It's kind of like I just don't know. So I put that on, and then I took some of this one, the pink glitter, because I hadn't used this yet, and I just like threw it all around it. And I thought, I don't even know. Honestly, just don't ask, because I don't know. So I can't tell you. Oh. So I just kind of like tried to sort of, now I'm not worrying about apexes and stuff because they're on tips. This is all on tips, so I don't have to worry too much, but there we go. So anyway, when I was kind of done with that, I put it in the lamp for a full cure. And then I went back to the ombre. So this colour that I'm just putting over the top of it is the sheer pink. If you've done an ombre, if you put a sheer pink over the top, it just kind of helps with the blend. It just sort of, it just makes that transition look a little bit more blended. So I'm just going to do a thin layer of this over this whole nail. And then those little bits of black were from the file where I had filed the edges to stop it from being sharp. I kept getting like little bits of black and I was like, oh my God. There we go. So I'll pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then when they come out, before you file them, you're going to need to wipe off the sticky layer because they will have a sticky layer. And then, I mean, fortunately, Acrygel isn't difficult to file. It's very dusty, I find. It's quite dusty, but it's easy to file. So, I've gone ahead and filed it off camera. And then I'm going to top coat. I also did add a little bit of embossing gel at the end. I just felt like I needed to put something else on them because they just looked a little bit they just looked a little bit unfinished to me. I should have put some crystals on or something, but I did not. Yeah, I wanted to put some embossing gel around that smile line just to sort of neaten it. Neaten it up and highlight it a little bit. Again, the colours just look too similar. You see? Nice and shiny though, the top coat. I don't know if I've got a discount code. If I do have any discount codes, I'll leave them in the description box below. But I'll certainly leave a link to this, the kit. It's so noisy, in the description box for you. Right, that's going to go in the lamp. I think I killed it for 30 seconds. And then this is then finished. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. It is completely free and you can always change your mind later, though I'd rather you didn't. Please don't. And it's Friday, so have an amazing weekend and I will see you beautiful lot on Monday with another video. Yay!